Happy New Year. I wanted to take a minute to talk about the defamation verdict that was handed down in Washington, D.C. on December 15th against Rudy Giuliani for $148 million. Now that's a huge verdict. It's significant in that it's different from the Fox News settlement for $757 million because it was handed down by a jury in a court of law, and that tells us what juries think these defamation cases are worth. Specifically, if you look at the jury verdict form, the jury found for each of the two plaintiffs, Ms. Moss and Ms. Freeman, $16 million apiece for reputational damages. Now that in part came because an expert testified how much it would cost in terms of a public policy and public media campaign to rehabilitate and manage their reputations. That was going to be social media, advertising, public relations, but also there was an intentional infliction of emotional distress claim. That means the jury found that Rudy Giuliani intentionally tried to destroy these ladies, and that in doing so, the jury awarded them each $20 million. And then on top of that, awarded them both $75 million in punitive damages against Rudy Giuliani. That's a stunning figure. One of the things that's worth noting is that Mr. Giuliani admitted liability, and in part because he did not preserve his records, his emails, and his discovery, and the judge was going to rule against him anyway. So he tried to throw himself in the mercy of the court, tried to admit liability, and just argue that the ladies weren't entitled to damages. Interestingly enough, he kept going after the plaintiffs in the media. Ms. Moss and Ms. Freeman, he both continued to repeat his false and defamatory claims. The jury likely would have heard those media appearances and probably held that against him in reaching this historic ruling.